Okay, for homework 517, I'm going to have you copy the work. I'm going to show you here just the work. Don't have to copy the graph. And then I'm going to give you a couple points to try on your own. But here we go. A scatter plot. This is a positive correlation because it's going uphill. It is linear because it's a straight line. We would say it's a kind of a weak positive correlation because the points aren't super close together. There are no outliers out here like that. There are no clusters of points which would be clustered together like that. Just a straight line, linear, positive correlation. So first step, draw the line of best fit, best you can. So when you draw it through, you have about equal points on top and bottom. It's hard to get perfect sometimes, but try your best. I will see if it's way too high or if it's way too low or if it's tilted too much where I have a gap here and a gap at the bottom and the top. Don't want to do that. You want to have it best fit your data right through the middle. So let's get that line. All right, now I want you to try to find best you can a couple coordinates right on that grid as close as you can. Looks like I got one right here. So here's the work I'm going to have you start to write. This is the first coordinate that I get from this line that I drew through my data. And again, that is always X and Y for a coordinate. Now let's pick a second coordinate. Let's pick one, maybe let's pretend this line, how about right there? How about right there? Close enough. So I got a couple points as close as I can to a grid. Remember, these are going to be approximates. They're never going to be exact, approximate. So that 1.78, this next point is 1415. Again, draw your line of best fit and try your best to pick two grid points that where that line crosses right smack on a grid. Try your best. Sometimes it's hard to find them. Remember, I could find slope by counting boxes between those two. If I count over and up, I will be able to count my rise and run by just counting boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 going up. Looks like I'm going to get about a slope of 1. I want you to copy this work though. I want you to write down these coordinates. 14, 15. The other coordinate is 7, 8. I want you to be able to find slope not only by counting boxes, but by finding the difference in these y numbers and divide that by the difference in these x numbers here. So if I take those points and I subtract them, let's see what I get. So if I do 15 minus 8 on top going left to right, on the bottom subtract my two x pairs going left to right, always y is way up high, x is on the bottom. That gives me my slope, my m. Remember, this gives me my slope, m. Gives me 7 over 7, which is 1. Now what I need to do, I need to finish up this equation. Now I have my slope right here. My slope is 1. And if I pick any coordinate from the pair I'm using, that gives me my y and x number to plug in. And I'm now finding this b right here. So here I go. Find the equation of this line by finding 2 points on the line, using those 2 points to find slope, and now plugging those parts in to that y equals mx plus b equation. So here I go. I'm going to use this coordinate right here, 7, 8. I could have used 14, 15 if I wanted, but here I go. Where that y is from that coordinate, I put that 8 there because the y number from that coordinate is 8. That m number I just got, which is slope, which is 1, and then I times that by the x number in that same coordinate where I got that 8 for y, 7, and then that gives me plus b, trying to find b now. Make sure you times that slope and that x number first, and then to solve for this b, always has you add or subtract a number away to get that b number. And after all that work, I get b equals 1. Now we need you to plug those parts in. So when I write my equation, remember, don't put the y and x back in when I'm writing the equation. When I write the equation, I write it y equals, and I put that 1 for slope in front of x, and now I have that 1 for my y-intercept. If I wanted to write this in function notation, I would just pop that y out of there and use f of x, and we would probably write that x plus 1. So those equations match this best fit line through my scatter plot data about 1x plus 1. And that looks like it makes sense because if I extend this line down, it's pretty close to 1 right here. And if I look at this line, it looks like it's going about over 1 box up 1, so everything looks legit. What I'd like you to do is not only copy this work I did here, don't have to copy the graph, but the work. I would like you to do the same using these two coordinates. So I want you to use 26. Let's make this 4, 10. I want you to find the slope of a line through these 2 points. Find your slope, find your m, and then I want you to choose one of them to plug in for x and y to solve for your b. I want the equation with this m number and this b number. Remember, the equation always look like in this form right here, with just the y and the x, but the only numbers in there, the slope and the y-intercept. You don't want to write your equation and put all the numbers back in. You don't want to do that because that's not really writing the equation. That's just writing a true statement. You don't want to do that. So for this one, use these 2 points, subtract the y's up high, subtract the x's on the bottom. I'm thinking, let me double check this problem here. I'm going to have you make a change to this. So I want you to do this problem right here. Hopefully you listen to the end. Let's make this 12 right here. I'm sorry, make this 20. And then let's make my x number right here 6. Let's do that. So make sure you watched to the end and you're using these 2 points. There we go, 620 and 410. Use those to find the equation in slope-intercept form or fancy function notation. Good luck.